Diary of a Wimpy Kid is a book series that needs no introduction. A middle school classic, these graphic novels following the misadventures of Greg Heffley have been read by millions. But with a large middle schooler following comes fanfictions. Diary of a Wimpy Kid fanfictions are what we seek to read here.
I'll read it.
So, are we beginning the stream or what?
Okay. Yeah, the stream, it started.
We're joined by Taco once again,
Yo,
and Apocalyptagon. You guys introduce yourselves?
Yo, I'm Taco. What's up?
What's up, guys? It's Apocalypse.
Yeah. Your reading today is called My Best Brother, Roderick X Reader. The story is written from the reader's point of view, so you're supposed to insert like your name and last name, as you can see. So, I don't know. We could just come up with a name for the main character. Big Dickius. You want that? Elijah will be playing Roderick. I'll be the narrator, and Eric will be. Eric's the girl. Yeah, okay. Eric's the main girl.
All right.
Your father had gotten a promotion at work, and the company decided to relocate to the Plainview branch. You were happy for your dad and the money that his new job would bring. However, you really wish the move didn't have to happen in the middle of 8th grade. Big Dickius, can you come help me with these boxes? Your mother called.
Coming.
That's the 13-year-old girl. You begin to follow her to the house.
Greg, you are so dead.
You hear someone shout. You turn to look. The front door to the house across the street flies open as a brown-haired boy about your age runs full speed off the porch and into the front yard. He looks over his shoulder as a taller boy with dark spiky hair chases after him. Those boys look nice. You should make friends, your mom gestures to the pair across the street.
I don't need help making friends, Mom. I'm fine being alone.
If you say so, honey, your mom shakes her head. Your first day of school at Westmore was living hell. You bent down to pick your books that had fallen when the girl pushed you.
The only freak around here is you, Patty Farrell. Oh my
Ooh.
gosh, Greg Heffley has a crush on the emo girl.
Patty calls out, earning a glance from a few students in the hall.
No, I don't.
Greg said defensively, his voice cracking. Patty giggled.
What a loser.
She rolled her eyes and walked away.
Don't take it personal. That's just Patty.
Like a really bad Shaggy impersonation.
It said his voice is cracking, so.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, you're Big Dickius. You're the main character.
Oh no, I think I think Greg's asking Big Dickius' name. Your name, last name, you said after that. So
Like,
that's
deciphering this is like
yeah, it's really
harder than this is god damn. It's like you met with Greg and Rowley at the front of the school. The three of you started walking to Greg's house.
What are you listening to?
What? Is that fucking Rowley's voice?
Yeah.
He's like a fucking serial killer or something. Rowley asked, gesturing to your headphones.
Bring me the horizon. Cool. Are they like Joshy? Here, have a listen.
You take off your headphones, handing them to Rowley.
Whoa. Race you.
You shouted to the boys, running the last block to Heffley's household. A brown-haired woman with glasses stood there in the kitchen preparing dinner as you entered. She appeared to be in her 40s and smiled as she saw you there.
Greg, why don't you introduce me to your friend?
That's good.
What was this motherfucking Yoda or Marvin the Martian or something?
That's a Biggest Dickus. Your family just moved in here.
Nice to meet you, Biggest Dickus. I would really like to meet your parents. Maybe we can have all of you over for dinner sometime. And keep it down, I finally got Manny to take his nap.
She called after you.
Yeah.
Suddenly, the path was blocked by a form. Greg and Rowley stopped short, causing you to bang into the person.
Oh, watch where you're going, shorty.
You looked up at your heart, and your heart started to melt. Tall, lanky teenage boy stood blocking your path. You recognized him as Greg's older brother. You stood mesmerized by his brown, shaggy hair and punky smile. He had on a faded banded tee and a pair of ripped black skinny jeans, similar to your own style.
Out of my way, Roderick.
I can't get over that, boys.
Not going to happen.
Roderick chuckled, spreading himself further across the doorframe. Greg tried to crawl underneath Roderick's outspread arms, but Roderick put him in a headlock, shoving his armpit in Greg's face.
Smell the love.
Roderick laughed.
Let me go.
Greg shouted, trying to pull free.
Boys, no fighting.
Oh, fucking Yoda comes in once again. Roderick let go of Greg, pushing him into the living room.
Oh, Raggy.
What are you looking at?
Nothing.
You replied dreamily. You saw Rowley and Greg bent over the TV, setting up the game, and quickly went over to help for them.
What do you want? What do you got there, Greggy?
Roderick taunted from the couch.
Leave me alone.
Roderick walked over and took the video game case.
Hey, give that back.
Greg yelled. Roderick held it over Greg's head, making him jump for it.
You gotta try harder than that, Greg. That Greg.
You gotta try harder that Greg? Oh yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Just when the game was in Greg's reach, Roderick pushed him away.
Roderick.
You made it just in time to see Roderick slam the door in Greg's face.
Come on, get up. Open up.
Greg pleaded, pounding open the door. Roderick called back, muffled.
No way, loser.
Through the closed door, loud rock music began to blare.
What are we going to do?
Rowley asked Greg, who shrugged.
We're going up there.
You said, gesturing towards the door.
Are you crazy? Roderick will kill us.
Greg hissed.
Yeah, his room smells weird.
Rowley added in. You shook your head and knocked on the door.
I said go away, Greg.
Roderick was faintly heard over the music. You knocked again, this time louder. Roderick sighed loudly before you heard shuffling in the room. The music lowered and the door opened. Roderick leaned against the doorframe with an annoyed look on his face. You had a clear plan on what you were going to say once the door opened, but as soon as you met eyes with Roderick, you became tongue-tied and weak in the knees.
Hi.
You laughed nervously.
What?
Roderick rolled his eyes and started to close the door.
Wait.
You stopped him before he shut it all the way.
Greg, well, I mean, I was, wondering if, you could, give the game back, but, on a second thought, why don't you just keep it?
Whatever.
Roderick rolled his eyes, slamming the door in your face. You sighed deeply, letting your body You sighed deeply, letting your body slid down the door onto the floor, still giggling to yourself.
I think Biggest Dickus likes your brother.
You didn't have to, though. You were so lost in thought that you heard nothing but your own daydream about Roderick.
Oh no.
Greg groaned, shaking his head. This couldn't be happening. Is this it?
That was,
That was it.
wow.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
That was
very bad.
This is Diary of a Wimpy Kid, 15 years later. My name is Greg Heffley, and I haven't written in this thing for 10 years, and I decided to fill in what's happening with my life. My mom and dad have had issues with their marriage for years now. I feel bad for Manny, even though he's a spoiled brat. Am I mad at dad? Sorta. I mean, he's abandoned us when we needed income, but then he shows up a week later and brings us a load of cash that he won't tell us how he got it. Roger hasn't cared. I don't blame him. He settled down and got married 4 years ago to his longtime girlfriend, had 3 kids. Me? Not so lucky. Me and Holly never worked out. We tried for a while, but she wanted other things and it was best for both of us to see other people. Even though I haven't seen her in a couple years, Riley and I aren't as close as we used to be. But we still hang out every once in a while. I'm not really sure what else to write here. I mean, I'm looking for a job after I was laid off by my former employer. Anyhow, I'll write in the coming weeks if anything happens.
Good God, what the fuck
This
has
is
happened?
terrible.
Holy shit.
This is
Jeez.
depressing.
How did somebody take like Zooey Mama and
Into
Oh
this.
no, I just read the
What-
first
what-
line. It's
when I-
terrible.
when
Wednesday. So last night, Mom received a call from the police department. Dad committed suicide.
Oh my god.
Oh, R.I.P.
Okay, should I
my-
keep going? Should I keep going with the Greg voice? They
Speaking.
found his body in the river. His final goodbye was it hits that read.
Reread it.
Okay. They found his body in the river. His final goodbye was a hits that read. Sorry guys, it's been fun, but it's time I move on from this life and start anew in paradise. Goodbye, Susan, Manny, Roderick, and Greg. I didn't know what to do, so I called Roderick to let him know what happened. Then we met Mom and grieved a little. We talked for hours, and eventually we all stayed the night. This morning, I woke up to the police in the kitchen. They said Dad was wanted for some crime he committed years ago.
What? You guys want to talk about this for a second? What the fuck is going on with this story?
Okay.
How do we go from like fucking Zooey Mama to this?
Oh.
Let's keep going. This morning, I woke up to the police in the kitchen. They said Dad was wanted for some crime he committed a few years ago. I guess that's why he killed himself. But I didn't care to listen, and so I said goodbye to Mom and went home. I decided to look for some job opportunities.
So, I got an interview last night. It went well, actually, and to my surprise, I got the job. I called Rowley, and he congratulated me in that he was excited to work at the same school. I proceeded to call my mom, and Roderick and we talked about my future in this job. We went to a coffee later, and I saw Patty. She looked beautiful. I mean, I was in shock. She recognized me and looked disgusted. I don't blame her for all I did in kindergarten and middle school. I went to say hi, and we sat down and to talk. She told me about her life and everything that was going on, and I told her about my dad and everything. She seemed like she cared, but who am I kidding? This was a girl who bullied me in middle school. Anyway, we parted ways and I came home. Now I'm prepared for my first day at work, which starts next week.
So, guys, thoughts?
A weird, confusing story.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is weird.
It's
How do you go?
it's
You go from what was the first
Zooey
part?
Mama.
Zooey Mama to a dad committing suicide, and now he's a teacher.
yeah, it's Doomer, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, I
Doomer.
guess.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. This comic is called Diary of a Wimpy Kid, 25 years later. It's pretty famous, or I guess infamous, you could call it. Okay, so the year 2032, Friday. Well, I haven't written in this thing in years. I was getting home from work today and I saw this thing lying under a stack of paperwork. I guess I used to like writing in it when I was a kid, so I figured I'd give it another try. Jesus, there's a lot of catching up to do. Where to start? Rowley's gone. He lived in Boston for 7 years, I think. I don't even remember anymore. Damn, I haven't spoken to him since he left. I still don't really want to talk about it. I work a good job, I guess. Me and Bryce Anderson work at this office. I mean, it's not like I enjoy it, but it pays the bills. Am I happy? I'm not sure.
Why are they all like Doomer future comics or whatever?
Yeah, a lot of them are Doomer future comics.
Yeah.
Roderick's married now. He met his woman about 8 years ago. And they've got a kid.
Yeah, so Roderick's married. Me? I've never really thought about settling down. So we don't really do anything outside of the office. Hold on. I'm getting a phone call. Hello?
Get to the hospital now. It's bad. Its cancer has gotten worse.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Greg's dad is always the first one to go. Have you guys noticed?
Yeah.
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 Jesus Christ.
I guess I have to come clean. Dad was diagnosed with lung cancer over a year ago. Started treatment almost as soon as
Zooey mama.
started treatment almost as he found out a couple months back. The doctors told us that the cancer went in remission and we wouldn't have to worry about it anymore. Then, during a checkup, they found another tumor. So I guess the doctors here are just BS.
Okay, Thursday. You're never going to believe it. Who just showed up at the hospital? That piece of shit Manny. After almost a decade, this is when he decides to see Dad? Damn it, Roderick must have told him. I wish he told me, instead of just letting him walk in unannounced. He's in the hospital lobby with me and Roderick right now, and Mom with Dad. Neither of them knows that Manny's here yet. Manny wants to go see them now.
Oh my. Somebody has to scream that.
Yeah.
I'm not doing
Get the fuck out of here right now.
7 years earlier. So, Riley got a call from this comic syndicate in Boston. They had seen his work and they wanted to offer him a position. The thing was, they only had room for one more cartoonist. So, if Riley wanted to get this job, he had to move to Boston within 2 weeks. Now, I wasn't in a particularly good mood already because Fun Brain Games had just denied my application. So, when Riley gave me the news that he'd been moving to Boston in 2 weeks, I was devastated. The day before he moved, I told him to meet me on the roof of our middle school, for old times' sake.
I love you.
Yeah, I love you too, man.
No, I'm serious. I don't know if I'm bi or what, but I love you.
Oh my god.
Zooey mama. It's been 1 week since I tried to get in contact with Riley. He hasn't responded. At this point, I've only got one option left. So he's like driving to Riley's place
Yeah.
in Boston.
Oh, this was just pictures.
Those bulging Raleigh eyes, holy shit.
He's shot.
I'm not gay, Greg.
Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, we can just end it here.
let's just end
Well,
it here.
that's been Diary of a Wimpy Kid fan fictions. All I can say is Jesus come.
Zooey mama.
Zooey mama.
Wee mama.
Good God.
Man.
Zooey mama. I guess.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
What
These
Jesus
are heavy,
Christ.
man.
Why did the ending have to be so depressing?
All right.
Well, yeah, thank you for watching. God help us. Yeah.